Let's go on an October garden tour. Welcome to Joy in the Garden. The things that are still looking fabulous, this Glow Girl spirea is just beautiful. Large, beautiful. Now last year that really turned some pretty colors in autumn, so we'll see. Every year is a little different. The gomphrena here, loves this time of year. That is one plant. That's the atomic purple, and that is one plant over there, the atomic purple. And then there's the buddy variety. You can see the kind of darker purple there, much shorter, that grown from seed as well, but really looking beautiful this time of the year. So I did add some fall containers, switch some out. I kept that mandevilla there. That was there all summer with some wine celosia, a mum, some straw flower, and then these accent plants were from the summer. And then over here, some more of that celosia and straw flower with a blanket flower. And behind the fall containers are my summer. This is all from summer. And they're looking pretty good. I mean, you know, as it gets colder, you know, they will definitely start to bite the dust. I need to move this guacamole hosta right here into the ground and move that pretty corabelle also into the ground. And as we head over here past Mr. Skeleton Man, you know, the sweet potato vine still hanging in there. There's some more lamb's ear. This wonderful Senorita Rosalita Cleome is done. I'm going to pull that out next week. But you know, it was a good run. It was a great run. And the thing that is actually showing the most color right now is this lantana. This is the, let's see, luscious citron lantana. But how pretty. This is actually the best. It's looked great all summer, but it is blooming now more than ever. So, and then we have, you know, our little tan brown limelight hydrangea. But you know what? Kind of starting to match the season. So I think I'm okay with that. And in the front here, I've actually added quite a bit to this garden space here. That's Millennium Allium right there in front. I actually added the Perennial Angelonia sedum in front there. So we'll see how that does next year. It's a Glow Girl spirea there. And here's some Russian sage. This is only its first year in the ground. This is a denim and lace. So not too much happening this year. That's a calamint. The bees just love that thing. I recently just added this 3 Mr. Goodbuds sedums there. I love that color. More lamb's ear. Good old pumpkins. This is the Mad Hair Mongave. I have loved that. I have not watered it all season. Now we did get rain, but I just love it. I hope I can find it next year. It's just an awesome, adds great texture to this garden bed here. There's some more Mr. Goodbud that I added. And I actually removed the old peony here, which was a John Smith variety. Didn't bloom that great, and I added a Bartzella. And this is Autumn Fire sedum. And across the way is more Autumn Fire sedum. And then this is the Golden Spirit Smoke Bush, looking great. I am loving this little spot right here. Probably so much because it's the first time that I've really actually even liked it. So I pulled out a lot of things here. That bright, as you can guess, is coral sedum. That's an annual for me. This is a dwarf Norway. That should get about 3 feet by 3 feet. So that will fill out this space eventually. And I really love, you know, how the Autumn Fire sedum on the right really goes with the Mr. Goodbud over here. And that's why I added some more Mr. Goodbud. That sweet potato vine. That color is just phenomenal with the sedum and everything else. This just turned out to be a really nice little garage corner. I have always loved this view of the garden and still do, but I believed that I could create an even softer entrance. So over the past year, I've been working on expanding this garden bed here. And I just got done today putting about 20 plants in this garden space. And I am creating a whole separate YouTube video on the process that I went through to create this garden, the design plans that I had in place, the plants that I chose, how was it the same or different from my initial thoughts and design. So look for that following this video right here. And as we go back here, right in the front there is the Midnight Sun weigela. I know I keep talking about that. It's my absolute favorite. Just gorgeous in the fall, but gorgeous all summer. And here is the first of many Helen von Stein lamb's ear that I have. I love the clematis, that even though that's just green foliage, I think that's beautiful right now. This shade area over here is still looking really good for October. That is a stained glass hosta in the front with a diamond lake hosta right next to it. This is a juga. This is a burgundy glow variety here with a pink-winged begonia back there. And this foliage, this Brunnera Jack Frost, just looks good all season long. Never skips a beat. There's a Limetta hydrangea. And as we go back here, quite a few autumn frost hostas with a diamond lake in the middle. Another one of those begonias. And the Sun King Aurelia, which is doing great back here with a little ruby smooth hydrangea. This is her first year. Still kind of hanging on there. And there's also the beginning of curly fries. I have curly fries in quite a few areas in the garden. And those are green velvet boxwood behind there. And as we kind of pull back here, this is kind of a good view of that sting arborvitae that I think will look great just coming up right in between the house and the arbor, really kind of softening this space up. And then this path here has more of that ajuga, the burgundy glow ajuga. And there are multiple Millennium allium, and even though their blooms are spent, that Millennium allium really kind of carries through consistently to this backyard garden space. And this is another curly fries. Look how much bigger that is. Curly fries hosta next to the autumn frost hosta, which I have a lot of the autumn frost as well. I think it's just a fabulous hosta. This container is just still looking great. There's a hula pink begonia. That's the salvia there, orange skyscraper with the surefire rose begonia. You're going to see a lot of that. That's looking fabulous as well. And look at the mini me watermelon. I love it. Who would have thought when I put that in there? I wasn't really thinking, but it just goes so nicely with that orange skyscraper salvia. And then as we get into this circle garden, there's the white queen caladium, still looking great. Some more Brunnera, curly fries hosta. And then over to our right over here, there's 5 Bobo panicle hydrangeas. And that arbor there has a rose on the left side, clematis on the right. That actually gets quite a bit of shade, and that rose still blooms. So that is very, very fun. And there's some more of the white queen caladium next to the Helen von Stein lamb's ear. And if we take a peek over this wall, this is a great view of the firelight hydrangea. Its blooms are now deep mauve and brown, but I think they're gorgeous, and they are gorgeous when they're brown. They're gorgeous. Not long ago, they were this really deep, dark, kind of maroon mauve, just absolutely gorgeous. And there's some of that surefire rose begonia as well. So now I'm going to step back a little bit. Right here, there are 3 stained glass hostas with a really beautiful weigela. That's the midnight wine shine weigela. And above that is the little lime hydrangea, my very first hydrangea, just looking really pretty right now. There's some more lamb's ear, more of that curly fries hosta, and some gold strike ladies mantle right there as well. And this container here is just rocking. The coleus there is road trip coleus. Looks like it's in the ground, but it is actually coming out of the container. The Surefire Rose Begonia, looking great. And I have a new favorite sweet potato vine. This is the Bewitched variety. I absolutely love it. This is Copper King Hucarella, which is doing fabulous. And oh my goodness, it's possible I might actually get a dahlia bloom here. Not really sure. Can't even remember the variety, but I hope I get at least one there. And then as we come around here where the bird bath is, again, these are more of the green velvet boxwood. Much bigger on this side. Planted them at the same time as the other side, but this side gets more sun. With the midnight sun weigela, that's coral sedum. In front of that, an incredible hydrangea right there. There's some more of that orange skyscraper salvia. Some more of the lady's mantle. And this is yarrow. I love, look at that. That's just beautiful, beautiful foliage. This is a Millie Rock terracotta yellow. And there are 7 wee white hydrangeas here. Now, when you see a new white bloom, that means it's reblooming. I did cut quite a bit of this back because the blooms got brown really, really early. So it will rebloom just, you know, nothing like the majority of the season. And there is this view of the firelight. And I think I forgot to mention this Pinky Winky hydrangea here. It's in standard form. Still pretty young, still pretty small, but I'm very excited for it. And now I'm going to step back and come over this way and take a look at I shouldn't say the newest garden bed because it's not, but the second newest garden bed. This was started a couple years ago, added to, this is the first full year of it this size. And I have to just point out, look how beautiful the 3 mounds of lemon perfection. That's catmint. I love, love, love those. I actually added more of that lemon perfection catmint. You know, it doesn't look as good. It's pretty little. You can kind of see it scattered throughout there. But I love that. That mound look is just beautiful. And the other really fun thing that I added to this garden bed is this gorgeous trellis. I actually bought this at a local garden center here called Busy Bee. It's in between Des Moines and Indianola. All of my arbors and trellises and stuff, they actually all are kind of that rusty look. So this is really pretty. I was going to move my Olivia Rose because she wasn't making me happy. I changed my mind. She's going to sit right in front of that trellis. And then I was fortunate enough that when I was in Michigan with Proven Winners, I picked up one of these Kinsley Ghost honeysuckle. Again, I got to thank Eric and Chris. They're like, you got to have this. So I did. And you know what? Made me buy a trellis. I think it's going to be gorgeous. Now that honeysuckle is going to get bigger than that trellis, I believe. But I think I can keep it under control. So the other things, I've added a lot in here. I've divided a lot. I've added some of that Cheyenne sky grass. The celosia here, this rainbow sherbet still popping, looking great. Look at those zinnias in the back. Baneri. Always get the variety Baneri. They are so large. They get about, I don't know, 4 feet tall. Just a great zinnia that you can put in the back of a border. And the blue tall planet ageratum I started from seed. Still showing off there. Looking great. That gomphrena I also started from seed. And here are, I think it's So Sweetly anemone. Now mine are pretty small. I think I just put them in at the beginning of this season. So I'm excited for them for next year as well. And I should point out, this is their first year, but I think, let's see, is it baby blue jean, Russian sage here? But that's a nice, soft look, really pretty. So I'm hoping that gets, larger next year and really kind of puts on a show in that space. I did cut down a few perennials so that I could divide some things. So lots of fun stuff. We'll see what the spring looks like. I did a lot of playing in this garden space this fall, and it was very, very, very fun. A gardener's type of fun. You all know what I mean. So now we'll move over to this space over here. This is the royal purple smoke bush. And you can kind of see how this area right here, which is morning sun and afternoon shade, how that all kind of flows with the circle garden over there. So in this space right here, I am just really loving some different areas in this little itty bitty corner over here. So that's a Georgia peach corabelle next to a caramel, corabelle guacamole hosta, primo ambrosia, corabelle, just planted that. Different varieties of the polka dot plant, from white to light pink to dark pink. And there's a beautiful pot in there. And you really have to kind of look. There are caladiums in there. So 3 different varieties of caladiums. They're starting to get kind of swallowed up by the coleus there. But isn't that a beautiful, just, I don't know, mosaic of coleus. So on the top right there is Golden Dreams, Albrido, dipped in wine. And then this beautiful thing is an unknown name. I know which nursery I purchased it from, so I'm going to try to get it next year. It did not have a tag, but I will figure that out. This is a Bobo hydrangea, the first one I ever planted, with the pinky winky hydrangea behind it. And I am still loving these beautiful seed pods, I guess I should call them, of the Nellie Moser clematis. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a magnificent October.